Hi, this is Paul. Welcome to my spoilers review of Deadpool 2. I saw it today, and this review is be forewarned, it's going to have spoilers all throughout it. Okay, I saw it today. I really enjoyed it. Again, I think I gave it an 8 in my review. That's on my other channel. If you want to follow the link to that to my main channel, Trepacer, before you watch this video, if you want to be spoiler free, follow the link to that channel right now in the description box, so that way you can watch that review, which has no spoilers in it. But this review is going to have spoilers aplenty, so be forewarned. 1, 2, 3, 4 spoilers coming. Anyway, this movie, of course, is a sequel to the first movie. And in this movie, Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, played by Ryan Reynolds. In this movie, basically, the plot of this is, like I said, you've seen the trailers, you know, Cable comes from the future to stop this kid who is this mutant that has these fire powers, and he basically wants to stop him because this kid in the future basically winds up killing. He grows up and becomes a supervillain and kills his wife and kills Cable's wife and family. So Cable travels back into the past to kill him and stop him from becoming that. And of course, Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, wants to stop him. And this movie begins basically with Deadpool kicking ass, and one of the bad guys that he's pursuing escapes, and that bad guy actually comes back to his house and winds up killing his wife, Vanessa, played by Marina Baccarin, and he winds up killing her. And of course, that devastates Deadpool, and he gets gets depressed and into a funk. And of course, Colossus comes back, to him and offers him a way out to get over it. And then there's a hilarious scene, and there's a hilarious scene where he basically invites him back to the mansion and tells, "Listen, I'm gonna help you get over, but let me join the X-Men to help you get over, what happened to you, with your wife and stuff." And it's a hilarious cameo because there's a point in the movie where Deadpool says, he tells Colossus, "How come I only ever see you and Negasonic Teenage Warhead? What's up with this?" While twirling in Professor X's wheelchair, that he says smells like Patrick Stewart. He goes, "How come I never see anybody else?" In fact, and then there's a quick shot, and I absolutely bust out laughing when they open up the door, like the side door, and there's there's the Beast there, Cyclops. This is the character from the last X-Men movie. There's Beast, Cyclops. I'm sorry, who else? What's his name? Jesus Christ, Quicksilver, and Professor X. And I forgot. I think this might be someone else, right? It's Beast, Cyclops, Quicksilver, Professor X, and I think it might have been somebody else. I can't remember who that was because it was like a quick shot, and it really, obviously, they were filming that movie when they were filming this, and it was just absolutely hilarious when he said that line about never seeing anybody else at the mansion, and then you see that quick shot. I think and the Beast closes the door, which absolutely just made me crack up laughing. That was absolutely hilarious. But anyway, Colossus invites him back and says, "You're going to become a hero. You're going to become an X-Men in training to to get you over your to help you get over your your wife's death." And so they get called to a school because there's a mutant that's basically has caused an incident at this school, and he's got the police there, and they go there to kind of talk him down and pull him out. But of course, Deadpool winds up killing one of the guys that he thinks has been torturing this kid, and of course that that kind of screws everything up. So the kid gets captured, Deadpool gets captured, and they get put in these collars and they get sent to this prison, okay, where they basically don't have their powers, and of course that's when the time Cable decides to come back to get revenge and to stop this kid from growing up to be the massive supervillain that he's going to be. And he's basically trying to kill him, and Deadpool is trying to stop him. But of course, like I said, Deadpool has a collar around him. But of course, eventually he gets the collar off. And this kid, eventually, who's trying to be, friends with Deadpool, Deadpool's kind of blowing him off in the beginning of the movie. He's kind of blowing him off because he's depressed about his wife and stuff. So he's kind of blowing the kid off. And so the kid eventually he makes friends with a very special prisoner which I'll get back to later. And then he makes friends with a special prisoner that's in this prison, with all these mutants that have collars on them. And eventually, like I said, Cable comes and he's just destroying stuff, and he's trying to kill this kid and killing people and beating people up left and right. And of course, and during the course of that fight, the collar comes off of Deadpool, and of course he gets his mutant power back, of course, and he can fight. And of course, he decides, you know, that he wants to save this kid, so he's gonna form a team. So that's when he gets together, him and Weasel, played by T.J. Miller. They get together and say, listen, we're gonna have to form a team to stop Cable from killing this kid. Okay, and of course that's when they recruit Domino, okay, played by Zazie Beetz. Bill Skarsgård, who plays Zelgeist, who basically spits acid from his mouth. Gets Terry Crews, who plays Bedlam, and he also gets, who else? Shatterstar, okay, and the character you see in the trailer, Peter, the regular normal human being who saw the ad and decided just to sign up. So Deadpool recruits him, and there's another character that he gets called the Vanisher, and this leads to another hilarious cameo, which I didn't see coming at all. Okay, the Vanisher, who they can't see him, so okay, you're in, even though they don't see him, and then you even see a shot of an empty collar, not collar, strapped in. Looks like somebody's supposed to be strapped in, but of course they're not there. But that's supposed to be the Vanisher as well. When everybody jumps off the ship, because they're planning on hijacking the convoy. That because the Cable's attack, they're going to move the prisoners to a different location. So they plan to hijack the convoy and grab the kid before Cable can kill him. And of course everybody jumps out, and of course you see the Vanisher. He gets thrown out. You see an empty seat thing with a parachute, and you don't see anybody, and then all of a sudden you see the most hilarious thing happen. All these characters basically they get killed except for Domino because she's lucky. Okay, her character, her mutant power is that she's lucky. Her luck helps her in situations. So she's, and I love Zazie Beetz anyways, Domino, but I'll get back to her in a bit. But basically all these characters that Deadpool recruits basically wind up dying horrific deaths. And the Vanisher, which I didn't think was a thing, I thought it was just going to be a sight gag, but you see, all of a sudden, you see the carrier going towards an electrical fence, and it gets shot. And then all of a sudden, you see a quick shot. It's quick. Of Brad Pitt. He was the Vanisher, and he was in it for like I said, 5 seconds. And then I just cracked up laughing because oh my god, that was Brad Pitt. It was that fast, but I recognized him, and it was absolutely hilarious. And like I said, Peter dies, Bedlam dies, Zelgeist dies, Shatterstar dies. Basically, everybody dies except Domino. Because again, luck is on her side, so she survives, and they go after the convoy and try to stop Cable from killing this little kid because basically Deadpool wants to he has these visions too of his wife Vanessa because they were going to start a family and stuff and so he feels he should to find purpose to that if he can make a difference in this kid's life, he can basically stop Cable from killing him. And maybe not have this kid be the supervillain that he's destined to be if he can stop him. Okay, so that's basically the gist of the rest of the movie. Him trying to convince Cable, listen. And I think Cable gives him 30 seconds, and let me convince him, talk him down because this kid, again, like I said, the kid, they actually escape, and the person that the kid made the connection with, the big prisoner, is of course the Juggernaut. Okay, which was absolutely, I wasn't expecting the Juggernaut, but that was awesome. The way they had him show up, appear there, and I like the look of him. That was nice, Juggernaut. That was a nice twist that I didn't see coming, which is good. I like the Juggernaut, and not the Juggernaut in X-Men 3, but this Juggernaut that was in this. Okay, and that was hilarious. And basically, the Juggernaut and the kid are going back to the school, and the kid wants to just basically destroy. He wants to burn the headmaster alive, who basically was torturing him at the school, and of course everybody has to try to stop him. Deadpool, and they recruit Colossus, and Colossus shows up to help, and Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and also she has a girlfriend called Yokio, who basically she has the you see her with those power beads, whatever it is, but she all she, but I think she all she ever said in the movie was hello, hello, Wade. She basically waved at Deadpool all the time. She always said hello to him, which was actually quite funny. But of course, so there's a big, the big fight with them fighting, trying to defeat the Juggernaut. There's a nice fight between Colossus and the Juggernaut, and of course, you got Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and Domino and Deadpool trying to stop this kid from, killing them. Of course, Cable's there. Like I said, if Deadpool can't talk him down after 30 seconds, he's gonna ice him. He's gonna kill him, and that's the deal they made. And again, this movie is funny, hilarious, and oh my God, there's this absolutely hilarious. And the way they the way they stopped the Juggernaut, okay, basically by putting an electrical cord up his ass, which is absolutely like it's a power line up his ass, and then I think Teenage Megasonic, I think she shoots him, and I think her girlfriend was that power thing zaps him too. So basically, he basically gets fried. He gets fried, and I like that Deadpool was a big fan of because when he first appeared, Deadpool was like, oh my God, the Juggernaut. I'm a big fan. So he's like a big fan of the Juggernaut, which is absolutely hilarious. But again, this movie is like I said, what I like. I said in my other review, what I like about this movie that they went in a different direction. I'm glad that this sequel they went in a different direction. They didn't just follow the same formula from the first movie. They went in a slightly different direction with this kid and with bringing in Cable, Domino, X-Force basically, and Juggernaut. And I like that they did. They changed it up and they made it work to me. And to me, like I said, the only negative that I had about it was I didn't feel like Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I like that character. I know her character is so sully and all that time, but to me, she didn't have enough lines. I like that actress who plays her, Brianna Hildebrand, and that she's always, basically giving Deadpool the finger. That's their thing, basically, that he's always tweaking her, and she's always basically telling him to go screw himself. I like that, and I like the relationship between Colossus and Deadpool. I think that's absolutely hilarious. I love their relationship. Again, I like T.J. Miller. I thought was absolutely hilarious as Weasel, his friend. So again, Marina Baccarat as Vanessa. She again, like I said, she didn't have much to do, but her character is, she plays a pivotal part in this movie because her death, just kind of sinks him into that depression, and then he tries to get out of that depression by joining the X-Men, which leads to him getting arrested and and then meeting Cable and then saving this kid. So ultimately, I think she even says to him in the movie something about kids, give us a chance to make us better or something similar to that. And that's basically what happens in this movie. Deadpool becomes, he gets snaps out of his funk, because the thing he was most looking forward to was, having kids with Vanessa, and growing old and stuff with her. But of course, she dies, and then he's depressed. But then he finds purpose, and he figures if he can save this one kid, he can make a difference in this one kid's life. Then that gives him purpose, And it's really, it really is done quite well. I actually like that part about it. And there's an hilarious scene where Deadpool basically he's literally going to sacrifice himself to stop this kid. He basically puts on the collar and gets in between Cable and the bullet that Cable shoots at the kid, and basically sacrifices himself for this kid. Okay, and he has about 4 almost dying moments where he just looks like he's dead, but he comes back about 4 times, which is absolutely hilarious. But then, of course, when he actually does die, his wife tells him, it's not time for him. And of course, Cable, in a nice twist, Cable sees that his sacrifice, Cable actually reverses time, and stops, Deadpool from dying, which I thought was really quite. And Deadpool and Cable come to kind of an understanding, which was really nice. And again, I like Zazie Beetz as Domino. She was absolutely. I think she has screen presence, and I like the stunts they did with her and stuff, and the action. I think Zazie Beetz is really good. She has screen presence and charisma, so I'd love to see her, acting, and of course being in another Deadpool movie, of course, naturally. And then there's the movie towards the end. There's a great moment where Deadpool takes, the Cable's time thing, and they Negasonic Teenage Warhead and her girlfriend, they fix it, and Cable and not Cable, excuse me, Deadpool comes and grabs it and uses it, and what he does, he goes back this I think it's 3 moments that he does. He goes back to Wolverine X-Men Origins, and he killed. And you know how remember they had that really bad CGI with Deadpool when we first saw uh, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, and you know he didn't have anything. And you see him come in, and you see Hugh Jackman there, and he just shoots. He said, "Bam, bam, bam," and basically shoots him about 4 or 5 times, which is absolutely hilarious. Kills that Deadpool off. Okay, and then he goes back again. I think. And what's the second thing he did? Oh yeah, the first thing that he did was he stopped his wife from getting killed because, of course, you know, he goes back to time and he stops her from getting because she gets shot with it. So he goes back and basically he knows when the guy's coming in, so he takes the knife and throws it and kills the guy before he can fire off the bullet. So thereby, of course, Vanessa is alive. Okay, so she's not dead anymore. And then the second thing was the Deadpool from Deadpool killing Deadpool from X-Men Origins. Okay, and then the third thing, which is the hilarious thing, was you see Ryan Reynolds, the actor, looking at a script saying, "I said, welcome to the big time." He's looking at a script for Green Lantern, and then all of a sudden you see a bullet go right in his head, and you see him fall over, and then Deadpool comes out and says, "What is this?" He said, "Thank you, Canada. Canada, you can thank me now for that." Okay, basically, that's absolutely hilarious that he killed Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool killed the actor Ryan Reynolds. Him reading the Green Lantern script. That was absolutely hilarious. I love that. And of course, there were a lot of jokes and stuff in the movie and stuff. Thanos. I think he called him Thanos one time. At one time, he did call him Thanos. Just again, a hilarious movie. Again, this movie, a nice entry to the franchise. Again, I give it an 8 out of 10. I think the first movie was funnier, but I think this movie, again, I like that they went to a different direction and all these characters in it. Again, like I said, my only negative is not too many. We didn't get to see Teenage Mega. I love Negasonic Teenage Warhead. I like to see that character more, but I like what we got with Domino. I think Domino, just a total badass. I liked her character, and again, the jokes are absolutely hilarious. Had me laughing all the way through, and I definitely recommend it. Definitely go see it. A worthy sequel, and I can't wait to see what they do with Part 3. Again, Josh Brolin killed it as Cable. Totally believable. I love he's knocked it out of the park with Thanos and now Cable. He's Josh Brolin's the man. But again, Ryan Reynolds is the man because he has found a part that he can play, I think, for the next 10 years. He's just absolutely hilarious, funny, a part that he was born to play. Okay, that's all I got to say about that. Anyway, let me know what you think of Deadpool 2. Have you seen it? What do you think of it? Do you agree with me? Do you think this movie is as good as the first one? I thought this movie is a little bit less than the first one. The first one I absolutely loved. This movie still was outstanding, and I definitely recommend it. Again, the first one I would give probably an 8.5. This one an 8. But again, I love what they did with the story with this one. Absolutely hilarious and funny and everything else. Anyway, feel free to leave comments down below. I'll leave links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram in the description box, as well as link to my main channel, Trepacer, in the description box. So please check that out as well. And this is Trepacer. No, not Trepacer on this channel, excuse me. This is Paul saying so long and take care.